right, so we're sitting. Most people just sit or do whatever they're doing and they don't really rest. So no matter, here I'm sensing, where is my weight going through? I'm acknowledging it. You have a softer couch, I'm on a chair, but I sense something, like listening to the music, the sounds we're making. And I acknowledge it by saying my weight, without tightening my neck to say that, or tightening myself. Oh, my weight's going through and beyond. And then I notice something releases in my lower back. I feel more present. I'm sensing more of the light energy in my body, more of the auric field, more of the chi. Then I can say, I can feel my feet on the earth. Weight going beyond, something changes. I don't make it. I'm just acknowledging, resting. There's always more to releasing into the earth. Then I invite my whole legs just to simply appreciate. I send awareness through them, which I can do easily, to say they're affected by how beautifully I'm releasing and connecting to the feet. And then I can move my hands like this, move my legs by directing from my hands. Because a lot of times when we're playing or doing anything, we hold tension in our legs and we don't know it. So there, now I send awareness through them. They're happy to be resting wherever they are. Did that feel any different?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I notice often when I sit and I get ready to do something, I might bring my legs together to balance it as something on my lap. Think, wait, no, I have to find some other way of doing that so that I can just let my legs be resting over my feet. So we find all the resting that we're doing. Through your seat, through your feet, your hands on your legs. Now I noticed my habit when I would come to rest my hands on my leg, I would organize my middle finger around the middle of my knee. So I was really doing this to my hand, and I thought, what? If your hand just comes down, it's at an angle. But we usually center it around our legs, and then when you do that, you're going to feel tension around the whole middle of your back. Did you feel that? I mean, so if you do this with your hands and move them away from you like this, yeah. Can you feel that that's affecting muscles all the way through there?
Yes.
And if you just let them release, they're coming off your arm in this way. That's different. Now I feel more open through my whole body. Yeah, so we're acknowledging the earth, resting. Now as your hands rest on your legs, you can say, I'm touching my legs are touching me back. You're connecting through touch, just like with your instrument. You're touching the viola, it's touching you back. Then instead of just plunking down the viola, it has awareness, it has energy. Not saying that you don't do that anyway, but why not acknowledge it? So then when my hands are there, and I want to move my hands away from me a bit, instead of shoving my hands, since the desire comes from the extremity, you can decide that the energy from your fingers and your hands is going to guide you there. Just move a little bit and spring back. You just send awareness, spring back. Now the further you go, it's easier to start overworking in your body. But as your hand goes that way, keep sending awareness into your back and through your arm into your back at the same time. So this is multi-directionality, just like freeing into your feet and out through your head. So your hand goes that way, think I'm receiving into my back, I'm receiving into my elbow, and then the muscles will turn on and off appropriately instead of overworking. So let's say I am over-shoving here, and go ahead and over-shove and you'll feel all the work in your body. Feel it?
Yes.
If I'm doing that and I say, I pause a minute, I say, wait a minute, my hand's resting. I'm easy under my elbow. I'm receiving into my back through my arm as well. Your body undoes all that overwork.
Yes.
You can inevitably help yourself after you've already started something, because we often don't prepare slowly enough to really take that into what we're doing. We just start habitually and then you begin to release while you're going. So could you feel when your hands were resting and then you kind of shove them out, feel the energy in your body as opposed to resting, sensing easy under your elbows. There's my whole head beaming out to the sky, easy neck. And now I'm slowing down enough that when I think of moving out that way, I think, oh, there's my back. I'm receiving into my back space and the space behind me at the same time, into my arms, and give your body a chance to sense that energetically. When you feel it, it can kind of feel this at the same time. Then go ahead and move your hands and say, I'm receiving into my back, and then you'll be able to fold beautifully or do a rollover over yourself. And when you come back, beaming out through your head and coming to balancing, which is a condition of ease, not a place of holding. So I like to figure out how can we do things step by step so it's easy. And if you're inevitably wanting to move your arms through space and with an instrument, you want to find the easiest place to do that. For me, it's on my legs or on a table or on something near me where my arms are just released and I'm sensing the whole bony arm structure. And if you float your arms up like this, your arm structure, bony-wise, is from middle finger to middle finger. It's huge because it goes all the way across here. Then you feel like a humongous human being because you're including this whole area. And the muscles are going up the front, down the front, and up the front, and up the back and down the back. It's like, whoa! You begin to feel that energy of yourself. It's huge. So when you take that in, you get a little more and more layers and understanding energetically. You just send energy out through your head, down through your front. You can do this with your hands too. That's lovely with the chi. Go ahead and do that. Just up and over your head and down your front. Yep. That's how the chi is working. And then to realize the innermost joint of your arms is right here. And you have this beautiful bony clavicle going out and the shoulder blades, the wings in the back. And then they meet with a muscular joint right here. So you're very open. The arms are not set into a socket. It's a very open joint. So when you lead with energy coming from the chi from here, yeah, you've done that so beautifully. And other ones, I think we did the chi ball, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay. So every time we move, we're moving with chi energy. And that's often something people don't talk about, that it helps to acknowledge it, that everything is vibration. Everything in this room, everything out there is vibration, and so are we. And with our awareness, we can cooperate with that and send directions to ourselves that help our body move the way it's designed to move. So we're not adding another layer of shoulds. So when you gently begin receiving awareness into your arms, it's a very subtle, gentle thing. It's very delicate. And when you can do this easily, and then you go like this, you move over your hip joints, and that takes you this way. And then coming back, you're still beaming out through the top of your head, just with awareness. You're beaming out through that as you come back. And the head and spine moving like that brings your whole torso with it, and there you are. So how does that do so far when you're resting on something and you think, so there's little work, and you think my hand's going that way and I'm receiving awareness into my back at the same time. You just do that, and then your muscles will turn on and off beautifully, and you won't overshove. Or if you do overshove, you'll notice it. And there goes the phone. I'll just turn it off.
Sounds good.
Do you mind check and see what you have? So just like playing the instrument, you do things gradually, following your ease. Monitoring your ease is what Dorothy DeLay would always say. And The Alexander study is about the same thing, and you are your instrument. And you can play with that any old time you want to. And the students that you help, you can give them these ideas in very simple ways and have them exaggerate the interference. Then they get it. They begin to notice what they do during the day that's helpful and how they interfere with it. And then they take that awareness, they're practicing all day long and having fun with it, ideally. So as we do this, and you just say, there's my back, there's my back, there's my back, you're giving your body awareness of receiving into your back so you don't over push, and then you can spring back easily. Lovely. And when that feels comfortable, then the next thing I like to do while you're still resting is have people understand there are two bones in your lower arm, and the one on the thumb side is where the desire for rotating comes from. And then when you're resting on your little finger side, and that bone is connected to the upper arm at the elbow joint, that's powerful. Even though your little finger is there, it's a whoop. When you do martial arts, it's whoop, that side, because that's connected to your whole arm. But that's, I don't know if you'll see this here, but that resting on the little finger side and then rotating, the teacher I was studying with saying, these are your butterfly wings. And so the desire for movement, for rotation, comes from the bone on your thumb side. And you're rotating around the little finger side, which is still moving. You see that? It's still moving. But do you see how much the thumb side is moving? Then gradually we take that into the air so we can, with the left hand, do something like this to be able to play rather than leading with a little finger side, which would tie you up in knots. But leading with the bone on the left side gives you incredible flexibility, opening up your whole side of your body. So that's, I always start that resting, 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 resting first, and then gradually take that into going through the air. And I think on the other ones we have, I love having people rest their hands too, open like this after rotating from the thumb side. Lead with the tips, that's where the energy comes from, and then let go. And when we did this on the river, remember how fast?
Yes.
Well, we did the chi balls, how quickly you got chi spots in your hands, and then tips, 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 tips to come in, and then just let go. And there's an amazing spring to open them, and then tips, 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 and then let go. Yeah. And so then it's helpful also initially with young students, you can get them sensing their chi energy coming up through their hands, and then they begin to realize, oh, it's coming up through my whole body, and this gets thick. And then when I add that with you, we both feel that. Isn't that thick? It's amazing. So our awareness and our thinking and how we help coach ourselves is, this is the element we're working with. This is our music. This is our sound. This is our vibration. And so then if I decide the hands are energetically attracting each other through the chi ball a little bit, and then go this way, then now I'm connected, my whole awareness is connected with the universe. I am the tree, I am the sky, I am the sun, and I'm part of it. And that's a beautiful way to heal trauma and to come to where you are. So we're using multi-directional thinking. Receiving in and moving this way is a lot like sending my hand that way and receiving into my back, receiving into my back, receiving into my back. Same thing. Freeing down through the earth, receiving out through my head to the sky. Multi-directionality, and usually we're shoving ourselves forward and we interfere, but even when I come forward like this over my hip joints, if I'm still sensing the ease of my back and I'm beaming up to the top of my head and I can move my head any direction when I do that, there's less interference and you're cooperating with the beautiful design. All right, so when people feel comfortable with that, with using their arms, and you've body mapped some of how the bones work, gently how the muscles work, and they turn on and off. And often when we move, we turn them on and they stay stuck because we're shoving. Whereas if they turn on and off for the motion as needed, that happens as you receive into your back when your arms move up. it also happens instead of leading with the surface, which I think is more what dancers might be taught to do, the upper surface. To raise your hands through the air, it's the chi underneath that is causing you. It comes from underneath, really, and the upper part of your arm rests on that. So then you make a chi ball like this, and you're making a butterfly wing. If we could only see it, be so beautiful, that butterfly wing, but you can feel it and rest on it. It's thick. So when your arm comes up even to go to the bow and the string, it's energy under it. It's not lifting from the top, because then you'd be like this, and then you go like this, instead of energy from underneath, resting on the string, resting on the earth, and sinking into it. So those chi balls and the multidirectionality is what we're learning from the very beginning in this study. Into the earth, out to the cosmos, through the pathways in us, and as you go forward, you're also receiving into your back. And it's fine if I shove forward, because I just think, oh, there's the back of my body, and my body rebalances. It rebalances. Why? Because it's always doing that. It's always organized like that. And then the interference falls away, and then things get easy. So now, to go further than that, once you've done that with people and they feel really comfortable with that, the next step I like to do is just leading with the chi from the hand, come to here, near my body. So they can begin easy neck, moving their head gently, because even when I ask myself and others to do what I just did, I'll inevitably tighten my neck. And Alexander was right on when he found out, as preparation for anything, we tend to tighten our neck. So if I just pause and say, maybe I won't do that now, I'm just going to release my neck, sense my resting. Oh yeah, there are my hands' energy, there's the chi, now I'm with myself. My head can move, and I'll notice if, before I move, there's a tiny tightening, I'll notice it, I can begin to release it. And then I'm good at releasing it, even while I'm moving. That's like releasing awareness into the bow, no matter whether the tip or the frog. Sometimes you need to elevate it, sometimes you need to lean into it. But you can help yourself organize around that at any moment that you're able to. So I have people explore moving their arms also to cross the midline, which is what a bow has to do. I might put one hand a little like this on my lap, and then let them rest and creep and rest and creep till they can begin to have something to rest on, to cross that way, and then come back leading with a hand. The elbow softens and gets out of the way, rather than just having them go through the air immediately. Because crossing the midline, people tend to squeeze a little through here. And you don't need to. Easy under the elbow, easy under the elbow. You can begin to explore and then release. You can explore, wow, how much range of motion do I have like this? And then I can release to come back. A lot of that is a spring back. So just to cross the midline, I often try to figure out a way to do that when people are resting. Like the bow on the string, 1 inch rest, pause, 1 inch rest, pause, 1 inch rest, pause, 1 inch rest, pause. When they're crossing that midline, then they begin to rest through that area. Every time they stop, there's a little resting. Their arm comes to balancing where they're comfortable. And then they begin to be able to, but you're resting with a bow, right hand on the left hand, which is your viola. And then you extend through that. So it's like one hand resting on the other hand. One is the bow, one is the viola. And gradually you can go anywhere with that as you then extend yourself into the instrument. Yeah. So now this is a lot for this. However, when you slow down and help people with this, once they play with this area and are comfortable crossing the midline without shoving, just leading with a hand, releasing through their body, receiving into their back, then you can begin to go this way. That's scary, because people often will do something like this, hand go that way, and I'm still releasing under my elbow, and then you go through that area where they really try to assist by shoving. Instead, you're releasing into the earth, through your feet, through your seat. And as you come down, gravity's helping you. You could just go clunk like that. However, you probably want to come and control the speed, but still appreciate I have gravity as a friend, and then rest. So we gradually can let our arms float this way with the chi underneath, and still releasing. Now when my hand comes way up to here, the bone's dropping into the socket. This area is open. I'm not shoving anything because I'm also releasing in and back to myself as my arms go out, and I have that chi underneath. So now if I just let my arms go this way, I find when I slow down enough, somehow I'd love to just shove my back forward a little bit and stiffen my neck. What do you feel? Do you feel that happening with you? You feel that too? So if you just begin to explore a little bit, oh, I can receive into my back. There's the chi under my hands. There's myself easy under my elbows. I can move my whole head. And as my hand goes out, I'm receiving in, receiving in, receiving in at the same time. So sometimes I do this. I'm receiving in, my other hand I stroke. Yeah, I stroke that into my back. As my hand goes that way, I'm receiving into my back through space. Or as my arms open like this with the chi ball, I can go through space. I'm still sensing their connection. And then your viola is going to be the energetic part in that too that you're sensing through. Is that a lot?
Yes, but that's good information.
Let's check it out and see what you got.